All right, so as I'm recording this video, HubSpot currently takes a file upload from a form and puts a funky ID at the beginning of that file name whenever you submit it or whenever a user submits it, and it, puts that file on the ticket. So what I'm going to show you today is how to get rid of that funky ID using a HubSpot workflow. Hi, my name is Ryan from Wimpact, where I help organizations improve their client operations with HubSpot. So let's dive in. We're going to start with the form submission itself. So go ahead and minimize this. I've got just a basic form built out in my demo portal. The key piece is having some sort of file that we're uploading. So I've got a PNG file that I'm going to upload. I'm going to submit it. This form submission is going to automatically create a ticket in my help desk. So I'll go ahead and do that. Submit the form. I'm going to come over here to our help desk. So we should see this form come in here in just a second. There we go. New ticket created from form submission. I'm going to go ahead and click on that. Click on this link to take me to the ticket itself. What you'll see here is the form submission. This is that funky ID I'm talking about at the beginning. If you remember, all that was there was really just Winsight's logo.png. And so what we want to do is get rid of all this stuff at the beginning. And so, yeah, another thing to point out as of a couple weeks ago, I feel like it wouldn't automatically put the file upload as an attachment on the right. Now it seems to be automatically creating a note. If we come in here to this note, click on the actions dropdown, view history, you can see the source of all this was just HubSpot processing forms and things like that. Yeah, it used to not create a note to my knowledge, but now it is. That's great. That saves us a step from needing to manually or have an automation create a note to then bring it as an attachment. And so, yeah, that you can see here that we have our cleaned attachment now. You can see the attachment here also has this unique ID or whatever it is being removed from the beginning of the file name. So how do we do it? We just have a pretty straightforward workflow. Here we have a ticket workflow. If we look at the edit criteria, I just went ahead and selected the property value has changed, has been completed. And then I've got the property name as source. So if you click that, and then I just do is any of form. If you wanted to have some more criteria, defined here, you could go ahead and do that. So I'm going to save that and edit the criteria. If you want to have a certain form ID, you can go ahead and add that as criteria. I want to make sure that there's a file there. So if there's not a file uploaded, I don't need to rename a file or anything like that. So that's the only added criteria I have here. But a common or likely other criteria would be to just watch a specific form or, a couple forms type of thing. And then there's a custom code step. So that's a decent qualifier that you'll need, say Data Hub Pro, I believe it is, to go ahead and leverage HubSpot's custom code workflow action capabilities. I think you could probably do this with Zapier. I just haven't set that up. So if you are curious or would want to leverage something like Zapier, send me a note, send me an email or whatnot, and I'll look to put together a video on that. If you're viewing this on YouTube, go ahead and leave a comment below. But yeah, I'll put this code in my blog post on my website. So if you're viewing this on YouTube, go to the description. You'll see a link to the blog post where you can just copy paste this custom code. The key piece to look out for is this access token. And so whatever you name your access token is what you'll want to put specifically here after the process.env.access token. You'll want to make sure that that particular piece after the .env dot, you'll want to rename it to match whatever you have for your secret in that workflow step or the custom code step. Everything else should be good to go. You'll need to put in HubSpot HS underscore object underscore ID, and you'll want to path to that, that record ID. So you'll just go to the enrolled ticket, type in record ID, select that, and that'll pass the record ID of the ticket. Whenever you're running it, I don't have any sort of output being generated, but whenever you test the action, you'll see that there are some outputs being generated. So if you want to use those in, say, subsequent steps, you can always just line up the name with whatever the name of the output is, select your data type, and then you can take that output from the custom code step and use it in branching or something like that. If you have any questions about that, reach out to me. So yeah, I think that's the biggest thing. I guess I'll touch on the secrets here. So if we go to manage secrets and we go ahead and edit this, don't necessarily do that. I guess we got to do it from the integrations. So if you come over here to say settings, and then on the left side, let me just go to integrations. I tend to use service keys now. It's a newer capability. It just allows you to have a straightforward access token. As far as scopes go, I can't remember exactly what scopes are needed. I think files and tickets, but I also have this files UI hidden .write and forms uploaded files selected as scopes as well. So you can come in here and edit, add new scope to be able to go ahead and allow this access token that's running this custom code step to be able to do what it needs to do, specifically rename the file. So yeah, I hope that helps, just with a little bit of quality of life improvement, because that, funky ID that's being displayed here is quite annoying whenever you have multiple files or things like that. So this should help clean it up quite a bit. Let me know if you have any questions, feedback, other ideas. Just reach out to me via the email that's on my website, or a comment, whatever's easier or easiest or convenient for you. I'll leave it there. Bye for now.